It wasn't, oh crap, what do I do? It was, oh crap, this is happening. So about a year ago, actually a year ago to the date of this video was posted, I bought a 2004 Crown Victoria P71. And I guess it's always been in the back of my mind because I've always kind of been thinking about becoming a cop. So I was like, it'd be nice to have a cop car. And these are the iconic cop cars. So I decided I'm going to buy one. I found a guy around local that had a decent deal on one with low miles. It only had 99,000 miles on it when I bought it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. Some people told me, maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe you should wait and find a better deal or something. So I said, I'm going to buy it. So I bought it. Day one, okay? I buy it, sign the papers, go get my temp tags. He was a dealer, so he's going to get the title transferred to my name in a few days, okay? So I got the temp tags, went over there, started it. So I was driving around through town, a few places, and it was running great, okay? I did a test drive before, it was running great. So drive a few places, stopped a few places, went a few places, and I said, I need to go to AutoZone, because I need those little tiny mirrors that go on the outside of your mirrors to give you a better angle. And I'd driven a bigger truck before that had like tow mirrors, and I was a little spoiled on it. So I said, I've got to do this. So I went to AutoZone, parked it, went inside, got the mirrors, came back out, turned it over, wouldn't turn. Nothing. So I went back in, had the guy bring out the battery tester. Battery tester's fine. Okay, this car was running great. And I had turned it off and turned it back on a few places. So I didn't know what was going on. And this was a Saturday, and I have church on Saturday nights. So I called my buddy who works on cars. I said, hey, my car I just bought, it's not running. And this was, I don't know, an hour or two before church started. And he's on the worship team and I'm on the media team, so we got to be there early. So he says, it's probably the starter. I said, okay, let me go into AutoZone and buy a starter. We can put it on after church. He said, okay. So I went in, bought a starter, however much that cost, I forget. And went to church, kind of worried, like, did I make a mistake? What did I do? Was I supposed to buy this car? Was this God saying, don't buy this car? Of course, the deal was done at that point. So, I don't know. I was able to put my mind past it and get on through church service. And we went back to AutoZone after church had let out. And at this point, it's closed. And, it's dark, so we're lighting things by headlights. And we're looking at it, got it jacked up, and turns out it was just a wiring issue from the wire between the fuse box and the starter. So he's able to start it. He said, all right, we'll just have to put a new switch in. So you turn the key and then press the switch. So it was like a push start. That's pretty cool, right? So we got it started, drove it over to his house, his garage, and in a couple of days, he had that fixed. So I was like, oh, first thing's avoided. Okay? So, car's running good. I got that fixed back to factory. Running good. And I apply for the local fire department. Okay? And I gotta wait. There's a process of getting voted in and everything from a few different people. So, I was like, okay, I feel really confident about this. I'm going to put a siren on it. Okay? Side note, rewind, I put a push bar on it. Okay? Not the full wraparound, just the one in the middle. Because the full wraparound was way too expensive for me. So, this was probably, I don't know, I bought the car in May. This was like October. Okay? Driving down the road one night, and I installed some interior lights too, some red and white interior lights. driving down the road, and I go over this little crest. I'm in the left lane, going about as fast as a little faster than I needed to go. We'll put it that way. And then I see a deer, a big, about 250-pound buck. It wasn't, oh crap, what do I do? It was, oh crap, this is happening. And bam, I hit that deer, and it went flying, and I was able to pull off, and the car was totaled. Okay, the push bar was bent in, but the thing is, it probably saved it from going through the deer from going through my windshield. Now what? My car is totaled. And here's the thing. I could have sold it to the insurance company and got however much out of it and been on my way. I had a backup car, so it wasn't going to be a big deal. But I had put so much love into this car so much already, putting the push bar on pretty much by myself, you know, getting the windows tinted, putting in a console, putting in lights. I mean, I'd put love into this car and time and money. I'd already probably put, I don't know, maybe $1,000 into it, because I had to get the intake manifold replaced. All you Crown Vic people know that. And a couple other things. Not major. The fan, I think the fan went out. That's not that expensive. Stuff like that. Oh yeah, I had to fix the leak in the gas tank. So I said, and my buddy's like, you know, you could probably fix that. There's a lot of Crown Vics and junkyards and everything. You could probably get a good deal on one and fix it for pretty cheap. So I said, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I tell the insurance company I want to keep the car. They give me what they're going to give me out of it, you know, for keeping it. Luckily, I had full coverage. And shortly after that, a few weeks after that, I found a spare parts car for pretty cheap. So I get the money from the insurance and I buy that car. All right. Now I've got two Crown Vics. I've got a 2004 Crown Vic and I've got a 2010 Crown Vic. Okay. You're probably saying, well, why don't you just fix up the 2010 Crown Vic? Well, it had more problems than I wanted to deal with. It had a transmission problem. Mine was just cosmetics. Okay. So I had to replace the bumper, the passenger fender, and the hood, and the core support. That's it. And the grill. Few months, you know, working on it as I can, busy with work. So, you know, you get out there when you can, and the weather was crappy. It was either raining or snowing or just really cold. Finally get it done. So that happened in October. I got the spare parts car probably a month after that, in November. And February comes around, and I'm a whole lot closer. I had pulled all the parts off the 2004, the one I'm fixing, and I pulled a lot of the parts off the 2010 that I was going to put on the 2004. And the good thing is, it was already white. So February comes and I say, okay, I'm going to set my state inspection for 3 weeks out, and I'm going to get this finished. No big deal. My buddy was helping me here and there, and so great. Well, a couple weeks in, I got sick. I got the flu. You can't work with the flu. It's just not happening, especially when it's freezing cold out. So here we are, like 2 days, 3 days before. It is snowing. It's cold. And we got to get this car finished. Now, granted, it's pretty easy once you know what you're doing. You're just bolting parts back on. So here it is. I think my inspection was a Monday. This is a Friday night. Okay. We're out in the snow, in the dark, in the cold, getting this car We had to get a new radiator, and a few other things that I didn't really realize that 2010 2004 aren't compatible with. So we're running back to AutoZone and getting these parts. So we're we had to get the car to the point where we can take it to his garage, which is maybe, I don't know, a couple hundred feet away. And maybe a yard away or something like that. That's probably not right. But anyway, so we're getting it. We're working in the snow. It is miserable when it's dark and, you're trying to see and it's snowing. And we get it to his garage and we start working on it the rest of the way there. Getting it all there. And by that next morning, about midday that next day, we got it finished with like a day to spare, okay? Of course, with state inspections and, being a salvage title, you can't drive it on the road until it is inspected. You can only drive it to the inspection and back without tags. So that Monday morning, I leave for my inspection, which is about an hour and a half away, and this inspection's at like 7:30 in the morning. So that's my test run. I haven't really driven it since the crash. And so everything goes smoothly. The inspection goes good. All that is good. All right. Since then, I've joined the fire department. I've put a nicer siren on it. More light bars. I've got 4 in that window back there. 2 nice interior bars here. A wigwags, which came with the 2010, which was amazing because those are like $40 each. So I hit the jackpot there. Put the push bar back on, put a nicer siren, and a light bar on there. And I'm getting ready to put side lights on. So everything's going good now with the car. But that's my Crown Vic story. And I just wanted to share it with you. So thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next video, hopefully coming soon.